You know, a friend of mine texted me this week about, what's your favorite thing about Easter? And I text something back, and they text back this. Here's what they said. They said, Easter week always reminds me of the already and not yet tension we live in. So often, they said, we sit in the curve of the question mark, waiting for the declarative statement of, it is finished. And yet I see so many pieces of my life that are unknowns, not yets. And I have to trust that there's a completion. There's a plan. That text really got me thinking about the already in my life and the not yet in my life. And then it got me to thinking about today. I know that some of you are already experiencing that resurrection power in your life. Some of you perhaps have never even had the already. You haven't experienced that in your life. But some of us who are trusting in Jesus, we have the alreadies, the things that we can taste and see that the Lord is good. But there are some unknowns. There are some not yets in our life that we're still waiting on God to kind of show us. And on Resurrection Sunday, we rightly focus on the initiation and inauguration of the already in our lives, the blessed assurance of salvation and new life brought on by the resurrection of Jesus. Come on, somebody. Praise God. Yeah. But I wonder this morning if some of you, like me, feel the tension of the not yet. Can I get a witness to that? You don't have to raise your hands, but anybody here just feeling that tension of, okay, there's some alreadys, but there's some not yets. The life, death, and resurrection of Jesus enables us to experience his righteousness, peace, and joy already, but we earnestly wait the Lord's return so that the unknowns and the not yets will come into fulfillment. The title of today's message, don't you love this title? The title is, Death Was Arrested. So I want to give you a couple of definitions out of the gate that I think will help us, okay? When you hear the word arrested, what's the first thing you think of? I'll tell you what mine is. To put in bondage. My first think is watch out for the po-po, right? Right? Because they might seize you, they might arrest you, they might put you in handcuffs and lock you away for a while. Okay? That's one definition of arrested. But when we talk about death being arrested, if you really look at various definitions, and you can go to the dictionary or whatever, but to arrest means, in one sense, it does mean to seize or to put under, to put like law enforcement arresting somebody. But in another sense, catch this, arrest means to stop or to put in check progress or process. So if I arrest somebody in that sense, what I'm saying is I am stopping them, I am putting them in check. Now death, there are different definitions of death, like an organism stops living and those kind of things, but one definition of death is the destruction or permanent end of something. Come on, this gets exciting when I start thinking about it, because we've all been touched by death in our lives. Death is the destruction or permanent end of something. Arrest means to stop or put in check progress or process. So when we talk about death being arrested, we are saying the destruction and dead ends in your life has been ended. Come on, somebody. Help me preach. Isn't that good news? Isn't that good news? Literally, we are saying the end has been ended. The end has been ended. I don't know about you, but I have some quote-unquote dead ends in my life. Anybody have some dead ends in your life? Or maybe some things that feel like dead ends, like you've walked all the way you can down that path that you're on, and all you can see is a wall, a bricked up wall. It just seems like you went down this pathway only to find a dead end. When we talk about death being arrested, we're talking about the end being ended. We're talking about somebody or something punching through that wall to make a way into the future. And to me, that's good news. That's hopeful news. Death was arrested.